The concept of overshoot weight in eating disorder recovery is a sometimes controversial and hotly debated topic amongst eating disorder professionals. So, what is overshoot weight? Overshoot weight is when a healthcare provider prescribes a target weight restoration that might exceed the original weight of a person before they began their eating disorder behaviors. And there are a multitude of reasons why this might be necessary for a person in their recovery journey. One thing to note is that when an individual has an eating disorder, there is a plethora of negative symptoms and damage that is occurring in the body. So, our organs are compromised, including organs such as the kidneys or heart. Our bone mineral density is compromised, and our muscles are often wasting. So many times it is going to require that we restore our weight to a larger number than where we started before our eating disorder began in order for us to fully rebuild those organs, tissues, and muscles. And this can be critical in a long and lasting recovery that is going to fully restore the functioning of those organs. Another reason that overshoot weight is often recommended is that many times for females, overshoot weight is required in order to resume menses. Many times, the body will not restore these normal biological functions for females until it is absolutely certain that the body is once again fully nourished and that is going to continue to receive that nourishment long term. So we'll often see a much greater weight being required uh, post recovery than when the person began that eating disorder behavior in order to resume menses. Another reason that we often need to see some overshoot weight in our eating disorder recovery process is because the body is learning to trust you again. And that trust is absolutely critical for resuming normal hunger and fullness cues, for our body to let go of some extreme hunger and ultimately have the ability to intuitively eat. If we are continuing to restrict our food physically or mentally, then our body is still altering our metabolic processes, our digestive function, and a myriad of other physiological processes in order to compensate for potential starvation in the future. So, having that bit of overshoot weight can really help your body to once again establish trust that we are going to feed it. In addition to all of these things, overshoot weight is often recommended because as a person moves away from an eating disorder recovery meal plan, which is often initiated in the initial stages of recovery, into their regular life, we often see weight fluctuations happen naturally. As an individual is in recovery, they will ultimately move away from treatment centers and structured meal plans back into their life, which often is going to involve work, school, and other family obligations. In these instances, it can sometimes be really natural to get busy, miss some meals and snacks, and go and have variations in our hunger and fullness cues as life changes for us. Many people are very concerned when it comes to overshoot weight and knowing how much weight is the right amount of weight to gain. And this is especially concerning for a person with an eating disorder where weight has been such a huge overarching concern for them. And this is a tricky question because it varies from person to person. As our body learns to trust us, it's going to naturally alter and let us reconnect with those normal hunger and fullness cues. So, what I would say is where we should stop gaining weight is going to be that space where we are truly honoring our physical and emotional hunger and where our food noise has decreased and we're not constantly focused on how much food we're going to put into our body and the meal and snack structure. We've created a more intuitive relationship with food, and we've learned to trust our body to know where our body weight should be.